Every family has a framed portrait, but behind that photo lies the real truth.
Thank you. Open up this door.
There's no consequences for what's going on, so they just continue to do it every week, all the time.
Because Larry's gone during the week, it's challenging for me.
Clean it up, Elise. But that's not mine, Elise. Is this what we're gonna do today?
They don't listen to anything I say.
Then you go away! Oh, you want my mother?
Why did you adopt me?
You want my father?
I am your father.
Hurting comments. I don't know how to handle that.
They know what buttons to push.
As adoptive parents,
I don't want to push them further. They need to know that they're safe and that they're secure, that we're not going anywhere.
Do you believe that having consequences is not what you should be doing?
right, when we put consequences on them, it threatens them.
This is ridiculous, and they need to learn how to respect you when I'm not there.
Blah, 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 blah.
Why wasn't it nipped in the bud?
How do you teach respect and responsibility if they have no consequences?
Larry, you not really backing her up is ludicrous. Nothing's going to change.
Can I open up to Debbie? No, I can't.
Partnership, together.
Me alone!
Okay.
I think you're delusional. Behind the portrait is the truth, and I'm here to deal with the truth.
Well, it's windy today in Manhattan Beach, but I'm ready to meet the Bruss family, who do need my help with their 3 adopted daughters.
I'm Larry. I'm 50 years old. This is my wife, Debbie. We have 3 girls, twins that are 11, and the oldest is 14 years old.
And we've been married for 18 years. We've been together for about 21. Shortly after we'd married, decided we wanted to have a family. And for several years, we did a lot of infertility treatment. I had in vitro done a few times. I miscarried a few times. And we decided that we were gonna try to adopt. And our adoption was like that. And we brought Addison home 2 weeks later. Well, she was born 2 weeks later. And then we knew we wanted to have more children, so we started the adoption process a second time when Addison was about 2.
We asked her, do you want a brother or do you want a sister? She said, I want 2 sisters. And then we have the twins.
Then there were 5 of us, and you know, the 3 of them, it was overwhelming.
The twins are much less mature than Addison, and that shows now. More than ever before.
I'm Addison, and I'm 14. I have 2 sisters of twins. They're 11.
Emily Bruss.
I'm a real Bruss.
We're not the typical quiet family.
Mum and Dad are not together during the week because they moved from Vegas, and Dad chooses to still work in Vegas during the week and come home on the weekends. That creates a lot of strain on Mum because it means that she's with the girls throughout the week.
I want father!
He works in Las Vegas, and he commutes back and forth every week, so he's only here with us on weekends. But everything's a battle, and I've kind of given up on trying lately. I just feel kind of overwhelmed.
Apparently, the twin girls are misbehaving. How much of that is because they're adopted, and how much of that is because they're teenagers getting away with murder?
Number 1, you want my father, and number 2, you can't control me, so go away!
I am your father.
No, you aren't.
Very hurting comments. I don't know how to handle that.
I hate you, I wish you would die. Why did you adopt me?
You do not exist in my life anymore.
She has some explosive anger behavior that really, really scares me.
I said stop it, Abrielle.
Give me my phone.
Both Mum and Dad don't agree with how they're raising the children because right now Mum doesn't believe that these children deserve consequences and that they need to identify their own feelings, whereas Dad is in another place where he feels his children need to take accountability for their behavior.
I'm studying a couple different programs, but I'm parenting differently, where I'm not using consequences with the girls.
Shut up, Emily! You don't ever do anything about it, so obviously it doesn't mean that much to you. Open your mouth? Yeah, totally.
Because of their adoption, they need to know that they can come home and be supported in every aspect of their journey in life. And consequences separate us, they don't bring us together. That's a little bit where Larry and I differ.
I don't like the way you're disrespecting me.
I believe that consequences teach you what's going to happen in life, and they need that.
So today my first plan is to meet the family, take a look around their home, see how they interact with one another, ask questions. Lots of questions to ask. How will they respond? How will they react? And to come away today certainly knowing some facts so that I can push this family forward and make them a lot happier than certainly where they are right now.
Well, hello.
Hi, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Can I come in, Debbie? Hi, can I come in? Absolutely.
Yes,
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Come in and meet our kids.
This is
Hi,
Addison.
Bruss.
Hi, Addison.
Addison.
I'm pleasure to meet you.
They knew I was coming, right?
Yeah, yes, they knew you were
They knew I was coming today.
Yes.
This is not a
Girls, come in here. This is Abrielle. This is
Hi,
Joe.
Abrielle.
This is
Hi,
Elise.
pleased to meet you.
This
Hi.
is Elise.
Hi. Elise, hi, pleased to meet you. Hi, hi. Come over here.
Yeah, let's
I can
like-
speak to you over here a little bit better. Do you know why I'm here?
We all need help, but on different aspects. Like, they need help with, like,
not fighting, and she needs help with not flipping her hair and school.
So, one way or another, you think I'm here for one of the girls or the other, right? Obviously.
And to help my parents.
What do your parents need help with?
Sometimes they don't know how to, like, manage us.
I am trying to move out of running our house under the philosophy of consequences.
What are consequences then?
Well, to me, a consequence is where you're trying to control behavior by demeaning or belittling or making somebody wrong.
That's what you see as consequence. Right, okay.
And well, Larry has a different opinion of that.
No, I believe there should be consequences. When we have an action, there's a consequence. And that, to me, is how you would teach your children to live in today's society.
So you're not actually talking the same language here. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
That doesn't quite seem to be working.
Well, it's
What I'd love to do, girls, go and do your thing, okay? Because I think that's really important. Let's continue this conversation. You're studying, am I correct in saying spiritual psychology? Yes. What is it?
spiritual psychology. You know, it's about spiritual evolution and moving into a place of kindness and loving.
Do you think your behaviour's changed since you've taken this course?
Yes, I want to treat them with respect
Yes.
as human beings.
Yes.
For me to say, you will do this because I tell you to do this, and that's it, does not feel good to me.
How do you teach respect and responsibility? If they disrespect you completely, especially towards Debbie, she would get, you're not my birth mother.
Would you say emotionally that had a severe impact on you, those words?
Well, I felt that I wasn't connecting with them in a way that they felt really loved and safe and supported because their behavior was very angry.
How old was it that you had them from? What age?
1 day old, and the twins were 2.5 weeks old.
What's the history there with respects to the twin girls? What's the...
Well, I don't... They don't know a lot of their history, so...
Do you feel that they're too young?
We're not sure, like, how to handle that.
Right, okay. Thank you. I've learnt that there are no consequences in this house, that the children have no responsibilities, that they are able to behave, manipulate, lie, and do as they please when they're in their mother's company because there is no consequence for such behaviour or any respect. What do you really feel when you come home?
Most of the time, tension in the house.
What about yourself?
Well, I feel that he thinks everything's just okay and life is good. It's all, they're maturing, they're getting better, and I don't believe that he's really willing to accept what really, or how our house really functions.
So you don't feel supported because you call Harry during the week, I would assume, right? With what the kids are not doing and how they're misbehaving. So when he comes home, it's just playtime. He doesn't have to deal with basically the crap you have to deal with during the week.
Yeah.
I try to support her over the phone. I don't really know what I want to say because it's an impossible task for me to listen to all the bad things and be on the other end and not be able to do anything.
You would want to what? What would
Put
you
the
want to
girls on the line because this is ridiculous and they need to learn how to respect you when I'm not there.
So you feel like your hands are tied because you're in Vegas?
Yes, there's no consequences for what's going on, so they just continue to do it every week, all the time.
You firmly believe that this repetitive behaviour carries on because they can just basically walk all over Mum and do what they want?
I really believe that, yeah.
Is that not a fact? Do they not do that?
You know, they do.
Why you can't just say what you truly in your heart want to say?
Debbie gets upset super easy at everything I do. She likes it to be her way. She wants it to be a certain way. It's tough, and so I most of the time tippy-toe around so things are good.
And that's going to create a problem with respects to the wedge, this space here, for what the children recognise they can get away with and what they can't get away with.
Yeah.
It's going to create that.
Yeah.
Please just sit with that.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. Mom, stop it! How would you like it? Get in here and clean this up.
See, now this is not to my standards.
Oh, you mean you have an expectation?
Of course I do.
You have expectations?
Yes.
But you don't have it with behaviour.
They're well aware of my expectations with the kitchen.
How do you reinforce that they keep up those expectations in the kitchen?
I just have to sit here and nag them until it gets done.
And does that help?
No.
No, it doesn't. So what leads you to believe right now that they are going to clean the kitchen?
It doesn't. That's why I said.
Why?
Because they don't ever clean the kitchen.
Why?
Because they have no consequences if they don't.
Oh, God, the light bulb just went on. Blimey. Think about what I'm saying. This is about them being accountable for their own actions.
I feel like this is all about how wrong I am, and that frustrates me a little bit.
Can I open up to Debbie? No, I can't. It's if I even remotely try, she teaches me. She tells me, I study this and we need to do this. And so it's hurtful. It's hurtful and it suppresses me and it puts me in a shell.
He respects that you're taking these classes. What he's not agreeing with is actually the kids being able to behave the way they do, manipulate the way they do, when it suits them, and actually get away with murder. That's what I'm hearing.
So in order for them to change their behavior, they need to feel some kind of pain inflicted by me to change their behavior.
That's not pain.
Well, what else would change their behavior
That's
if it's not
pain.
painful for them?
Are you saying that kids shouldn't feel disappointment, that kids shouldn't feel? You cannot live in a world where you wrap your children up in cotton wool, that they never feel any kind of disappointment. You know, well, there's no kids around. I mean, the whole leverage of being able to throw in your face. Oh, you can't tell me you're not my mum. I mean, I don't think the kids are smart. They know what buttons to push.
I don't take that personally.
I disagree. I think you've still got more looking, Debbie. I think you do.
I think it hurts you. I can
Well, it
feel
hurts me because I sense that they're hurting inside.
Because they were adopted?
And that they're not able to articulate that, and it gets expressed in anger, and...
Because they don't know who their mum is? Why don't they know who their mum is?
I'm just not sure they're emotionally mature enough to handle it.
When they're throwing up, you're not my mum, and using that as basically a leverage, it's time.
That may be true.
It's time.
I do know that things need to change. I don't want to see myself as being an angry, fearful mother, you know, and I need guidance with that.
Clearly, these parents need to understand that there is a difference between the emotional needs of their girls and them meeting and understanding those needs and fundamentally teaching their children how to be accountable for their own behaviour. We've got 3 beautiful young girls up there that actually think it's carte blanche to be able to behave the way they want and be rewarded for it every day. So there's much work to be done here. So here I am back at the Bruss family, and I have a game plan for them, which is to make sure that they are working as partners. Mum and Dad need to be able to work out house rules and consequences. Quite frankly, this house needs structure, and without it, well, you can see the mayhem. So that's what I'm about to put in now.
Where's Elise?
Elise stormed out of here because she didn't want to help clean up.
Was she asked to?
Yes.
How did you handle it?
I told her she can help clean up or she can clean it all up herself. When she settles down, she can come back and clean all the kitchen up.
She's used her temper to just get out of not wanting to clean up.
Right.
You know, storming off about not wanting to do something you've been asked to do is not going to get you out of doing it.
Well, I'm going to go talk to Elise, then we'll gather around upstairs.
Upstairs?
Yeah, short and sweet.
Not yours, it has to be Elise.
What's that?
Hey, I just want you to know that storming off like that does not get you out of the chores, and it's not fair to your sisters. And so what we did, like Dad said, is I asked
No,
her.
I have to clean up the whole kitchen now.
Okay, so storming off like that doesn't get you out of the...
Elise, come here, please. Can you just come here, please? Can I just show you what you were doing? Okay, come over here with me, love. I want you to see something. Come over here. All right, when your dad was talking to you, you were showing defiance, all right, by going to walk past your dad, all right? When your dad's talking to you about something, when you walk away like this and you then push her back to listen, all right, it creates something that's unnecessary here, okay? Unfortunately, you do have to hear this because you did make a choice not to listen to what was being asked of you. What do you think the right thing to do now is?
Clean up the kitchen.
And go clean up the kitchen, and so you can join us as a family and do a good job. Good job?
Okay, both come with me. Are we open to the house rules?
Absolutely.
Let's write these down.
Larry doesn't think that Addison needs to put her electronics up at 8.
See, I don't know
'Cause
if I
we
agree
can't,
with that as a rule. Antagonizing is broad.
9 o'clock in her bedroom will not go over with her well at all.
Expect pushback. That's what you should be expecting. Own it. Own it. Move over.
So Mom and Dad, we've worked really hard in coming up with this list, and it's very important to us in the functioning of our
Get off,
home.
Elise.
Gabrielle, please put that down.
So as I was saying, Mom and Dad worked really hard on putting this list together.
We agree on them. We want you guys to agree on them. Would you like that too, Addison?
Whatever.
Whatever?
I mean, whatever. I can't do anything about it. I don't want them.
Okay.
I had 9:30 bedtime when I was 11.
We've talked about how important it is for you guys to have a routine at nighttime, and
You give babies routines, Mom. There's nothing to do in my room, so basically I'm going to bed at 9:30 like an 8-year-old.
Addison, maybe we can talk
Just
about
stop talking
ways.
about it.
Addison, that's disrespectful. Don't talk to me
I don't
that way.
care.
Only Monday through Thursday, Addison.
This is what you want. This is not what we want, okay?
Do you feel it'll make a better home if everybody
I don't
cleans up
care.
after themselves?
And Addison, you have expressed to me many times how much you want this.
I want you to control them, not me.
Oh.
I don't act like they do. This is uncalled for.
Do
But
you
Addison,
clean up
all we're-
after yourself,
I
Addison?
don't act like little brats.
Do you clean up after yourself, Addison?
No, but that's not making me go to bed at 9:30. And taking away my phone. Like, oh my God, I'm not 4. I'm not them. No, but I don't understand why we have to have that rule.
Mom, but every kid does not have their phone taken away or their iPads.
Emily
don't
has
care.
straight A's and she goes to bed later than I do. This is unreasonable.
We can adjust. But right now, we don't have boundaries.
This is just gonna make everybody more.
All I say is, you know what? Have the rules. Prove yourself. Prove your maturity. Prove it to your parents. Earn their trust. Because you broke it when you chose not to listen. Prove it then.
That's right, we can adjust when we have proven that we can do this. Do you think you can do all of this?
Yes.
Okay. And so when you prove up, we agree to adjust.
On. You're not accomplishing anything right now.
I think it's important, Addison, that we talk about
You're
this.
just making me more angry.
Well, I'm sorry it's making you angry.
I don't want to have this conversation because it's not going to change, and I understand that, so just let me be alone right now.
I'll respect that.
Okay.
Was that door slamming? Yeah. Slamming doors? That's not okay. So who wants to handle that situation?
I do, because I have to deal with it the most.
Addison, will you open the door? It is not okay for you to slam the doors. I understand you're upset, Addison. I see that, I hear that, but it is not okay to slam the door. So will you come out here and go back in your room and close the door? Thank you. Oh, Addison, can we try that again?
I didn't mean to slam it.
Let's try it again. Thank you. What was that? Did you kick the door?
I hit the door.
Addison, that's not okay. This is our personal space. This is our home. It's not okay to hit the door. Do you understand that?
Yes, I
Do you understand why?
Yes, I understand why.
Okay.
She's probably feeling lonely right now and could use a shoulder.
Oh, a shoulder. You mean a shoulder? Oh, what's up? Mum tough on you, was she? Eh? Oh, now we want to be the friend. You've just undermined all of Mum's work. That's not fair for Mum. That's undermining Mum. And that's not being together.
Good point.
Partnership, together.
We have to work together. We have to support each other.
I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your dinner.
Bye, Joe. Thanks
Have a
so
nice
much.
evening.
You got it? Did you notice?
It was important today for Addison to shed those tears and for Mum to not well up and start pacifying the situation. And they're going to create the stability. And these kids are going to know where the land lies. When your kids are pushing, you know that you're on the right path. Just stick to your guns.
Hitting is not allowed. But I want you to hear me right now.
No!
Hitting is something I am not willing to tolerate in this house. At least you're being disrespectful.
I think you need to be respectful.
Well, this is annoying! She started it!
It's bullying behavior, Elise, and we are not
Really? Then why
bullies
did
in
she
our
start
house.
it? So shut up!
You know what, Elise? That's disrespectful.
I didn't like I don't care!
I want you to uncover your face right now.
See the
Hey, Elise, let's go. You need to go to bed right now. You've lost your privilege of staying up tonight. Come on.
Dad, this is unfair. She started it!
I know.
Elise, you're the one that was hitting, not Abrielle.
Me? Oh, She's the one that started it!
Do you want to lose your privilege?
Wait out loud!
You need to go up to your room
No!
and calm down.
Dad, every time you say calm yourself down, that just makes everybody more.
I want you to uncover your face
No!
and talk to us.
Stop touching me!
Elise, you need to go to bed and we'll talk about your consequences tomorrow because there will be consequences for
No,
now.
I don't even want to talk about this anymore.
You guys don't respect any boundary and limits around this house. And we're gonna leave the room and leave you by yourself, but I want you to know it is absolutely unacceptable and there will be consequences for how you're acting.
Ew, I'm so scared.
Okay.
So last night I left the family knowing that both Mum and Dad were going to be implementing the house rules.
I have come in today to find out that this family have been kicking off and the kids have been screaming and misbehaving because they don't want to do as they're told. And that, for me, is not good enough. What's the point of being here with this family, giving them techniques if they're not going to use them? I think we've got big problems. I actually saw the footage. I think you're delusional. The pair of you to just sit here and think that what went on last night is ludicrous. Nothing's going to change.
Anything short of just getting physical with her was, I couldn't figure out what the next step was, so we told her, we'll deal with the consequences tomorrow.
And why tomorrow? Why tomorrow? Why wasn't it nipped in the bud? Do you hear this tone right now? This is what the kids should be hearing. You've got Elise being smart mouth and sassy. Where does she get off thinking that it's okay to talk to you both like that?
Well, truthfully, I believe we did tell them this is not okay, and Debbie told them, and I told them, and so to the point of what, other than getting physical with them, what else is the next step?
When that behaviour started happening between the twin girls, it would have been enough. You know the house rules. Move over right now, otherwise this is what's going to happen tomorrow. There and then you should have hit them with a consequence. Move now. Enough.
And if she doesn't?
Then tell her that you'll be taking away everything from her that's valuable. These girls, as far as I'm concerned, they sit pretty. Debbie, Larry, they sit pretty. They don't want for nothing. And if you carry on like this, you're going to make them very, very spoiled. And the more I sit back and watch this behaviour, the more it frustrates me because you guys know what to do. You've got to get tougher. You have to get tougher because it's what they need.
I have more clarity on that, and I do know that some of that's necessary because we've let things go so far.
Okay, what I would love to see happen is bring the girls upstairs and have the conversation that you should have had with them last night. With the tone, with the reflection, with the content, and with the togetherness. Okay?
Girls, turn those off and come upstairs. Sit up. We're having a family discussion.
I thought I was stretching.
Okay.
Without the face, Elise. This is a serious, serious talk we're gonna have about the behavior that we saw last night with you two.
Hey, Elise, I let you get away with last night, right?
Yes, but what am I doing right now?
Nothing. I want to discuss this with you. What happened last night? I want to discuss this.
Okay, then
And I am very serious about it. What happened last night is absolutely unacceptable in this house.
In the past, Mom and Dad have not stood by what we said, but from this point forward, that's changing.
And if you don't believe us, you can try it, because we know all the little privileges you love. And we will start taking it away if you cannot live within the boundaries of what we've created, because this is absolutely 100% ridiculous that we have to put up with this disrespect.
If it happens again and you lose a privilege and you start to cry, oh well, have a good cry. What are you hearing us say?
Don't do it again. I can
Don't
listen.
do what again? What are we asking you to not do again?
Bicker or fight. We get it.
Can we, excuse me?
Elise?
Excuse me?
Elise, that is absolutely unacceptable tone to your mother.
We get it.
Elise.
That is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable in this house to talk to either one of us like that.
Elise, it affects our whole house. The disrespect. And if we allow this behavior to continue, we have failed.
Agreed?
So, without further ado, it may not be an agreement from the kids, but do we understand what Mum and Dad are saying?
Yes.
Elise? Okay. Mum and Dad did successfully well in being able to address the twin girls about their behaviour, and it will be up to the pair of them to stick together and create a united front and follow through. I would love a game of volleyball, I have to say, because I've seen a volleyball tent out there. So, Elise, can I have you on my team? All right, if you can set up the net, I wouldn't mind a game after.
Come on, Addison.
For me, it was very important that after Debbie and Larry had spoke to their girls, that we actually just move on and do something fun. It's about these kids knowing that there are no grudges being held, but there are true expectations that need to be met. And that's why I got the whole family out playing volleyball, because I know they all love to play it. I feel like I need my board shorts on and my shades. You got it.
Oh, please go for that.
Go like this.
Do the 2-2.
Oh! You score or you win. Oh, I better score then.
He wins!
Right. Come tea now. You spoke last night after we spoke.
And we talked a little bit about their adoption and who they are. We really want them to know that it's okay to talk and have a place where they could ask questions, because it's really, really important for their well-being, because like you said, it's not a big secret, and we know it's on their mind and they think about it, and we want to assure them that no matter what they feel or think about that situation in their life, that we still love them. Because that's what they
support those feelings.
Yes, that's what
support
they
those
need to
feelings.
know. We're thinking it's a conversation that we would like support with them.
I'd be happy to have it.
I was doing my homework.
Oh, you
so
were.
this better be important.
It's
Okay.
very important.
You know, we talk a lot about Addison's history, but we really want to talk about issues about your birth parents' history.
I know there's questions that you guys have and things that run through your mind about it. It's okay to ask us anything you want to know about your birth families. We want to make sure that you don't feel like that you weren't loved or
I know we were loved because if we weren't up for adoption, like our birth parents wanted the best for us, we probably wouldn't be in a good sanctuary if we were in the same house as our birth parents.
That's a really accurate thing, Abrielle. You know, they had challenges in their life.
Can you give me 2 facts about Elise's biological mother?
She was 31 when she had you, and she left the hospital the day that she had you.
And it was love and selflessness that they made the decision.
They were going to make sure that you were with parents who could give you what they felt you absolutely deserved in your life.
And it's a hard decision to put their own children through.
Would it be helpful if you didn't want to go to anyone, but you just had a question in your head and you wanted it answered? Like, write it down on one of those cards and stick it in like a box and actually just get the answer to it.
I would do that.
You'd do that?
I'll do that.
Well, we'll make a box for you.
Make a box for it, yeah.
A box for that.
Can I decorate it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that not cool?
Is that a cool system?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Issue here.
So, as you've just had that conversation, I don't want to just round you all up. Just let them do their own thing. It's been good, right? I just want to say that the way the girls received this, and you guys all coming together, nice. As you know, I'm going away for several days, and when I come back, I'd love to be able to hear that you'd focus on some homework. Make sure there's a nice balance between you reaching out to the girls, validating what they're doing, but also sticking to those house rules and making sure you're following through with your consequences. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing those boxes because it may, prompt them to start writing things down. You never know.
Well, they were very excited. I suspect that there'll be a lot in there initially.
Give me some love, you.
Okay.
Thanks, Daryl. You're awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
See you later.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Most part of the day, I would be sitting here saying, I hope there's no trouble, but I actually hope that these girls do push the boundaries a little bit because it will only help Mum and Dad solidify what they mean. So we will see how they go.
So today's the first day without Joe.
You know, I've been encouraging them to use their boxes. Elise has written hers quite a bit.
I like the question box because I can tell my mom something without actually telling her. You get as
like let out your emotions without really letting them out.
So Abrielle put a note in there last night. She's hilarious. She said, and you have to sign your name on here so I know that it's really you answering my question. But the things they're asking are really sweet, actually, you know, just life stuff.
Strike one! That's a baseball.
I don't think our brothers are behaving really well right now.
What? What? Exactly.
That's Aubrielle.
Well, how did she get canola cooking oil all over her?
Can you scratch it, please?
No. Karma. I want every bit of this kitchen cleaned up, Elise. Come on, girls. You guys are acting like you're 6 right now.
Elise, really stop.
I'm taking your iPad. I think you've added another week. Mother, keep going, Elise, because I'll add another week for every single time you mouth me back.
Blah, 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 blah. Make it 8, please. I am finished. I'm need to treat it.
Elise.
Go on my arm. The
Are you embarrassed right now? Elise, is that what this is all about?
You want my mother?
You can only take so much negativity being thrown at you. Maybe I need to just stand stronger through that. I don't know. That's tough.
You want to grab your math homework? We can work on it a little bit.
Don't work on math homework right now.
It's a perfect time.
No, this is unfair.
Because she wrote your name?
No, I don't want her to.
You're being irrational.
Shut up.
Okay, that's enough. I tried to be firm but fair.
Stop. I have to use it for
You better
homework.
stop it. If I'm firm initially, they're not taking me serious. So I feel like I need to be firmer. Enough.
No.
Enough.
No.
But there needs to be something that I can show that I mean what I say. You know what? You need to go up to your room.
I don't care.
Elise, this is unacceptable in our house. You need to go.
No, I don't. I have to do my homework.
Upstairs with you. You need to go upstairs. Take it upstairs.
God, I hate you all.
Elise is getting used to the new rules. We have to just stick to our guns and she can sit in a room for days at a time. But there's a lot of pushback right now. She's not liking it. We have to stick to our guns and then she'll stop doing this. Because if every time she disrespects us, she has to go to her room, she's gonna say, I better stop that. I don't wanna have to go to my room all night.
I need to figure out how I can do this without feeling so upset inside.
Right. They need to know you're willing to go there, as Joe said.
Well, I just...
Stick to our guns.
No, I'm not
I know.
nag.
Well, they'll get over it.
Are all your electronics in the basket?
Yes.
It's 8 o'clock. You guys decide who's clearing the table, who's
Clear.
and who's loading the dishwasher.
Washing.
Pretty quick. Good job.
The days and weeks ahead will have its challenges, there's no doubt, but we need this. Our kids need it.
So here I am, back at the Bruss family, ready to see exactly how they have done with their girls.
Dad, I do have a math test at home. You didn't give me
What's been happening?
We're slowly making progress.
There's been progress in some areas, but there's still moments of trying times.
Yeah, there is. You've got your hands full. You know, they're definitely pushing your boat when you're away. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah.
But let's just go and meet the girls anyway, because they must be able to hear me from here, so
Yeah.
just got to say hello. I would like to talk to you both because I want you to retract where I saw your mum having to pull you up the stairwell to get you into your bedroom, where then you were opening up the door and you were shouting out, "You're not my mum," and you were being really rude. You were really sassing to your mum, which just really isn't cutting it anymore, you know, because we've had this conversation. You keep throwing out when you're angry, "You're not my mum, you're not my mum." This is your mum. You did. I watched it. You do need to focus on your temper and your sassiness, because it's very ugly when you lose your temper and you get really disrespectful. When you consciously know that you've done something wrong, what happens is that I get this really cute little heart baby-shaped face from you, and you give me a baby voice, which shows me that consciously you know what you're doing when you misbehave. And that cute little, my mom, I know I did that, yeah, is what melts your mum and dad's hearts, and I can see why. The truth is that we need to get behind this behaviour so that you can start to act a little bit more mature. You know, if you want to have a conversation, you've got to be able to turn around and do that in a respectful way, because otherwise you're only going to hurt yourself by losing your privileges.
Okay.
So overall, what is it that switched the light bulb on for the pair of you?
A big part of it is the support we have for each other and how critical that is, and me knowing that I can rely on him to stand behind me. When you came in here, I was at a place where I knew that I was not being firm. I was not following through on what I said. And there were some key things that you said, even just upstairs, you know, that I am the mom in this house. And I don't need to prove that to anybody. And that I don't need to be in those power struggles with my kids over that. And I've allowed myself, because of the tenderness in my heart, to want to say, oh, but you know, I don't want my kids hurt. I don't want my kids to cry. I don't, you know, so that's always made me so wishy-washy. And I think you've guided me in a more clear perspective on how to achieve that.
But plus, some of the key things, like, this is necessary to have a happy family. This is needed. Your kids need this, and you gotta understand, okay, that's right. We are the parent, and that is needed. Even though your kids cry and complain and all of that, I mean, that was a big part of me feeling like, yes, this is right.
A bingo. The fact that you recognise that is what will continue to push you forward every day. That will drive you every day.
Well, we're very fortunate to have you come in and help us bridge that gap.
I'd love to be able to bring Elise down and say my goodbyes to the whole of you as a family.
Can you come in here for a minute? Joe's getting ready to leave. We need to say goodbye.
So make sure that you're listening to Mum, all right?
Okay.
Even when Dad's away. Can I ask you before I leave to take a photo of yourselves as a family?
Yeah.
Yeah? Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks
You're
so
welcome.
much, Joe.
Bye-bye. See you later, girls.
I think the experience with Joe for me has been emotional. It's really, really strengthened my communication with our kids.
Having 3 girls at this age is challenging, so this has brought a lot of clarity into how we can deal with that.
I know that Mum was having a really hard time wrapping her head around consequences. You know, to be able to just come forth and say, I think I was a little bit too empathetic and not authoritative where I needed to be when it came to rules and consequences, for me is the biggest reward you can get when you're working with parents, that they get it. And that's what's incredibly hopeful about this family. They understand what they need to do. And overall, I just feel both Debbie and Larry have understood the importance of them united together, becoming a front where they're on the same page and the kids can't leverage in between them. And that makes for a healthy, functional family.
Okay.